can't get that Andy's Choice jingle out of my head. Hey, if I start humming it, you do what you gotta. Anyway, need something, Commander?
Error. How may this unit assist you? Protocols not yet. Charged.
Help me out! Knew you had my back.
Entering a confrontational state. Standing by with life support. Confronting threat. The commander's vital stats have... Commencing combat-related activities.
Great. Cursor on the wall.
Engaging combat protocol.
Ready to take the heat off you, Commander. Just say when. Not getting up without help, Commander. Knew you had my back. Appreciate a little help, Commander.
Resuming hostilities.
Blah, blah. Taking care of citizens is developing possible customers. And come out here yourself, Milver Street. Okay, that subject laughed after the first time we tried talking to him. If you're that new salesperson, don't bother. Whoever was here packed up and left. I just come out here to tick boxes on Milver Street's list. And it's easy bits. Back again. I'll look for this protectorate, idiot. Don't know why we bother. Sure shouldn't. Enemies coming out to spot folk going here no more is easy work.
Knock off the funny business.
Back again. I'll look for this protectorate, idiot. Don't know why we bother. Sure shouldn't. He's gone.
Prudence dictates we cherish all we have. Defend it.
Consider finding a human companion if you seek conversation.
Outsider?
I must say, I have many reservations about this. The Protectorate has always provided for us. For what reason would we forsake such a stable and safe way of life?
Because, friend, with the Protectorate, you're only surviving. With Antes, you'll be thriving.
So your superiors order you to thrive?
No. It's just something you can do on your own. You'll have bosses and employers, but it's up to you to get yourself to the top and make yourself the employer.
I see. And why would I want to do such a thing? Surely my assigned place would provide me with all the necessities of life?
Yes. But you could have more necessities, and even some unnecessaries.
For what reason would I desire material possessions which are, by definition, unnecessary? And while we're on the topic, what are you potentially gaining from recruiting?
Ah, that's one of the best parts, chum. When you sign someone else up, you get a bits bonus.
I see. This free market idea, seemingly not without merit. I'll require some time to ponder this.
Of course, friend.
It's not a totally baseless idea. That should totally be annihilated, just like all capitalist propaganda. Praise the matriarch! It's not a totally baseless idea. That should totally be annihilated, just like all capitalist propaganda. Praise the matriarch! It's not a totally baseless idea. That should totally be annihilated, just like all capitalist propaganda. Praise the matriarch! It's not a totally baseless idea. That should totally be annihilated, just like all capitalist propaganda. Praise the matriarch! It's not a totally baseless idea. That should totally be annihilated, just like all capitalist propaganda. Praise the matriarch! It's not a totally baseless idea. That should totally be annihilated, just like all capitalist propaganda. Praise the matriarch! It's not a totally baseless idea. That should totally be annihilated, just like all capitalist propaganda. Praise the matriarch! It's not a totally baseless idea. That should totally be annihilated, just like all capitalist propaganda. Praise the matriarch! It's not a totally baseless idea. That should totally be annihilated, just like all capitalist propaganda. Praise the matriarch!
I think this was the last one for the day. Time for a nap.
2 days, 3 at most, and they'll come looking for contracts. That recruiter bits bonus is as good as mine. 2 days, 3
I think
at
this
most,
was the
and
last
they'll
one for the
come
day.
looking for contracts.
Time
That
for a nap.
recruiter bit.
You want freedom of choice. You want Antes choice.
Hell. I've stood this post so many times I could do it in my sleep.
You ever find yourself with too much disposable income? I got plenty of ideas.
What is it? Loose your words. I'm looking.
Initializing. So, how may this unit assist you, Commander? Approximately 1 month ago, Agent Ibarra asked that this unit store the keycard in an undisclosed location to assist him in drying out. Offers of applying moisturizer were declined. The keycard is located behind the skip drive in the engine room. Please do not inform Agent Ibarra of its location as per his request. Readying database. Which member of the incognito would you like assessed? Agent Ibarra has resumed regular exercise and no longer requires hourly provocation to move. These are all strong indicators of improved mental health. Agent Ibarra's lack of motion was becoming a cause for concern. However, this unit maintains full confidence in his resiliency and current combat readiness. This unit is ready to answer any and all.
No offense to Val, but it's real anyway. Need something, Commander?
Nature made apples, but
One is better than...
Sometimes I get the feeling we're not welcome here. Like the detective folks present a delivery.
Every time I think I'm having a bad day, I just tell myself,
oh, you know it well. Making Auntie proud, well, wouldn't that be swell? We're making Auntie proud, well, wouldn't that be swell?
You sure
We're making Auntie proud, well, wouldn't that be swell?
Ask them defectors if they miss anything about Protectorate life. Yep, community.
listening to Wireless Free Arcadia for music, entertainment, and the latest from the front lines. Sponsored by Auntie's Choice, improving lives through unfettered free trade and unbridled self-betterment. This just in, a field report from the Office of Competitive Analysis and Artful Reconnoitering. Ooh, this sounds important. Better pay heed. Threat assessors have adjusted their risk tables for the Arbiter Training Facility, jewel of the Protectorate's military portfolio, northeast of the landing pad near Broken Spire. Although only a skeleton crew remains, the facility's automechanical defenses remain operational and quite lethal. Approach at your own risk. And only if your supervisor can readily replace you upon your likely demise. Well, you heard it here. Best of luck to anyone hull-headed enough to poke around that place. Now, on to other things. This is for anyone out there who just lost out on a big promotion. Keep your chin up. Next time.
The uncomplicated and my turn.
Stop that scrounging around!
Are quite straightforward.
Ain't so sure you want to work for this imbecile, friend. There's more menial jobs where that came from. Ain't so sure you want to work.
Do try to understand my perspective. You were so lethargic returning, I had you pre-marked as a casualty. Do you know how many forms I've had to fill out on your behalf?
Now hold on. I went into enemy territory crawling with dangerous creatures for you alone to get some dusty report. And you got the audacity to complain about paperwork? If this contract weren't staying my hand, I reckon you'd be answering to it right about now.
A notion equally brutish and antiquated. Auntie's Choice has dozens of insurance policies in place for any, proactive choices on an employee's part.
Keep pushing me. We'll see how you fare without a lackey to order around. You think I ain't ready to take such a step, huh?
Please pay this disgruntled employee no mind. What would she do without Auntie's hand to guide her if she were unemployed? I should think death a preferable alternative.
That's it. I'd rather be a down-and-outer for the rest of my life than crushed under your counterfeit leather boa boot a second longer. I quit! Oh, I'm counting on it.
This is unheard of, and I might add, you'll not be welcome with an Auntie's Choice once more. We'll not take a contract shirker back into our fold.
So you say. But Auntie's Choice ain't seen a trooper like me before. You'll regret counting me out. Till then, I hope you choke on your mock apple martinis. And you, I got a proposition for you. Come find me when you're done with this clown.
She will most assuredly regret her decision. Most assuredly. But I suppose that is no longer my concern. Troopers abandoning their contracts, blackguards like you running rampant. What is becoming of this island? I fear I may never know.
All done in there? Was hoping we could chat. Hope that little dust-up back there didn't put you off. My contract had me caged, and I was glad to get a few licks in during the jailbreak. Got a proposition. Since I'm newly free-ranged, and you're free-ranged yourself, thinking we ought to team up. You're going places. I want to go too. If you help me fix my graft, you'll retain the services of a fully functioning enhanced soldier. Me. Don't matter what you set your mind to, together we'll be unstoppable. And in time, maybe I'll have earned myself the clout to be welcomed back into Auntie's Choice. I can be on my own for a time, but I'd rather it not be permanent. Besides, where else can I turn from nothing to something? I did, but I can't expect someone else to foot the bill if there's no guaranteed treatment will work. So I'll take on the risk myself. A go-getter attitude's always rewarded. I get it. You're skeptical. If you got more questions, go on and ask them. You'll not find me hiding anything in the fine print. All right. You ain't one of Auntie's. Well, it was the public-facing name for the soldiers who got grafted like myself. course, most everyone who got one passed or became permanently incapacitated. So the executives shuttered the program. A total failure that I'd bet they'd rather forget about. My graft is just one in a long line of failures. It's why I'm considered a liability. Why Milver Street had me running foolish errands instead of giving me something bigger. Better. It's making me sick, see? And if I leave it be, it'll result in sepsis. Just a matter of time. But I'd like to go on living and show the rest of them I can't be counted out. Had a feeling you knew a good offer when you seen it. Once I'm in top form, you'll be pleasantly surprised to see what I'm capable of. Just gotta find out how to get there first. Doc Tinsley worked with Grafts for some time before she came to Fairfield. Damn fine scientist. Reckon we should visit her lab at the edge of town to see if she's got ideas for us.
This much of a crowd's not likely to keep a low profile. Someone ought to head back to mind the ship.
Acknowledged.
After you. Appreciate you agreeing to help, but the arm's itching something fierce. Ready to do away with it. We ought to head to Doc Tinsley's, quickly if we can. Anyhow, was there something you needed, Commander? How personal are we talking? Couldn't say. I was in it all of 2 days before my graft started festering. Before that, I was an infantry medic. Our platoon was one of the first to touch down in Arcadia. I would have continued serving on the front line in an upgraded capacity, but, well, once the state of my graft became apparent, it was decided that parting ways would be best. We're among the most valuable targets on the battlefield. If we go down, our entire platoon's at risk. But boosting our constitution, making us stronger, making the enemy soil themselves at the thought of enraging us, there's a lot to be gained there. Is it? Well, I'll be sure to send in a report to my commanding officer, wherever he is, and demand some recompense. Maybe things are different back on Earth? Out here, all that matters is winning the fight. My commanding officer, and the surgeon who performed the operation, I imagine. I wasn't lucid at the time. When I regained consciousness, I saw that my service pistol was gone, and a termination notice was in its place. I put 2 and 2 together. Law, that was a bad morning. Look, I knew dismissal was a possibility when I volunteered for the procedure. A successful graft is a boon, a failed one is a colossal liability. I'm a walking lesson in breakage. That's a nice sentiment. Did you pull it directly from a children's serial? Sorry. It's just increasingly clear you've not had many dealings with the corporation or its leaders. This is the way of things in Auntie's Choice. If you can't prove your worth, you're left behind. And that's why I'm here, trying to play catch-up. I miss my platoon, most of the time. I hope they're holding on okay wherever they are. Huh. If nothing else, they'll have Ortiz to keep up morale. I know the nonstop jokes from that bastard sustained me for weeks. Yeah, he's tough. He'll be all right. Don't listen to what the adverts and serials tell you. A single soldier is unlikely to turn the tides of battle. Though I'd like to think I'd make the enemy really work for it. Anyhow, I would rather return to the matter at hand. No use dwelling on those out of sight and out of mind. Right. Like ain't the word I'd use, even before I was itching to tear up my contract and set it aflame. Auntie gave me autonomy, gave me the choice to do more than just struggle to survive. They treated me better than my last employers did, and despite recent events, I believe in their mission. We can give folk here in Arcadia a better life. What, did you think I was born into it? How else do you grow a corporation to this size without doing outside recruiting? Take a look at what most systems offer, and what Auntie's Choice provides. Do the math. I'm just one of many who welcomed the chance to enlist with open arms. Yes, and that's a decision I made for myself. Back in Tau Ceti under Spacer's Choice, I couldn't even choose what I had for breakfast, if I'd been allowed any. That takeover was the best thing that ever happened to us, even if it took time to see it. But I reckon that's a tale for another day. That all you wanted to discuss, or... Fine by me? Well, like I said, we were both in the same unit. Me as a combat medic, him as a machine gunner. Everyone in my unit was from Tau Ceti, so we already had that in common. And we served on the front lines, which made us look out for one another that much more. See, most of us were laborers, and we just got our first real shot at something greater. We wanted to make a name for ourselves, and what better way to do that than become a hero? Our onboarders promised that if we demonstrated exceptionalism, showed initiative, that we'd get promoted quick. And our days of living in squalor would be far behind us. It ain't like they forced us to join up. We did that on our own. And it said in our contract that they could send us wherever we were needed. Can't complain if where we're needed is in a trench staring down the barrels of a minigun. I reckon that's a difference in perspective. Of course. If I did my part, proved my worthiness, it'd pay dividends. Though, none of that holds true if your graft fails and takes you out of service altogether. Reckon Ortiz would have gotten grafted too, had he not missed the cutoff. I'm glad he did. He always thought himself the exception, but this kind of failure is beyond our control. Learned that the hard way. Anyhow, I hope for his sake he stays out of trouble, finds another way to prove himself. Maybe get out when he does, with as many bits as he can carry. Oh, they were ex-VPs from Spacer's Choice. They tried to hide it, but we found them out quick. They didn't eat like the rest of us, see? When you're used to doing without, you stay mindful of anyone or anything that might try to steal the can of Saltuna from your hands. The VPs set their own cans down, half-eaten. The kind of certainty that your lunch ain't about to be someone else's is a real nefarious kind of privilege. We spent a week crouched in the same foxhole under aerial bombardment. Shared water one sip at a time by the end of it. anyone would have been friends after that. I don't know if I would have made it out alive without him. Maybe I'll tell him that over a beer one day. Praise him in front of the whole saloon. Law knows he's got a thing for heroics. He kept me clear-headed. Every so often there'd be a lull in the bombardments and I'd hear voices all across the field, calling out for aid, for mama, for death. Almost got my head clean taken off when I tried to scramble out of the foxhole the first night. I heard a call for help and moved on instinct. Damn foolish of me, really. Ortiz told me not to panic, to wait till he could provide cover, to just shout first aid instructions where I could. It was too valuable to fall in battle, he said. It was a rough few nights at first, knowing I couldn't help folk who needed it. And the reward for that torment was my life. That an Earth Directorate law or something? No, out here, anyone's fair game. In fact, taking out the one person who could mitigate losses on our side, they'd consider a triumph. In any case, I'm only standing here because of a damn fine soldier who became my friend. I'll carry that knowledge always. Fine by me? Not great. It was a mining colony under Spacer's Choice. Didn't have much, but my parents worked hard to ensure we had shelter and a warm meal every day. They're good folk. I love them. But I don't think they ever quite grasped how bad things were before Auntie's Choice came. They warned me not to join up, you know. Said we'd all get burned if we put too much stock in the promises of this foreign corporation. But I'd rather take a risk on them than be resigned to how things were. Maybe. Though what I've seen from Auntie's Choice should put my folks' doubts to rest. Right away, I got the offer to enlist and the bonus paid at signing. Our colony was isolated, which meant our Spacer's Choice overlords could do as they saw fit. Everyone lived in squalor, save for a select few. We were little more than workhorses. Those of us at the bottom only found joy with our families, our friends. But love alone can't get you through the toughest, darkest winters. I miss the sunsets, and my folks, though I know they're well taken care of nowadays. But that's about it. Most of my friends joined up when I did, so we took our community with us. Leaving my hometown itself, it was an eager farewell. Though there is one person I keep thinking of, the grandpa who lived next door, Vincent. He used to draw posters and ads for Spacer's Choice. He had style. Of course, that didn't last. Age caught up and his hands started failing him. Couldn't draw, couldn't lift heavy objects, could hardly walk without exerting himself. And in Tau Ceti, if you couldn't work, you didn't get ration cards. We shared what we could with him, of course, but what we got already wasn't much. Last day I saw him, he refused the half Saltuna can I tried to give him. Said it was him lending me his strength. He was gone the next day. We searched all over, then realized he must have wandered off into the wilderness, not wanting to be a burden. We never found him. Can't hardly open a tin without thinking about him now. So if you're wondering why I still hold a candle for Auntie's Choice, after everything, it's because I know had Auntie arrived just 4 months earlier, Vincent might still be alive. It's been years now since I talked about it. He was a good man. He deserved better. So did the rest of us. Anyhow, ain't meaning to talk your ear off. Fine by me.
Always have time for a freelancer in my employ. Loose your words. I'm listening.
the funny business.
Hello again. Was there something you... Oh, Inez! You look, well, like you could use an ice bath and a cup of newly formulated trip teas. Has something happened?
Something has, all right. I ended my contract effective immediately. Now I'm free to prove myself to everyone in Auntie's Choice. My way.
Well, that's wonderful news. Or is it? I admit I'm still trying to work through what contracts mean hereabouts. But you do appear to be pleased, so I shall be pleased for you. That is not common knowledge in this town. But since Inez appears to trust you, I suppose I can do the same. Before I began my new illustrious career working with our tame, scaly friends here, I was a researcher in the Enhanced Soldier Division. Oh, I was on the verge of breakthrough when they shut us down. Oh, when I think of the lives I could have reached. But in my current role, I do try to help where I can.
Where my own first aid training can't reach, Doc's got me covered. The graft knocked me on my ass for weeks when I first got it. But she nursed me back to health.
Would if I could have done more.
Despite your insinuation, there are plenty of good folk around here, but perhaps not many with Doc's particular skill set.
I understand your reservation, but I do care deeply for all my patients. Inez has attested to it, and so can Copernicus here, when he is freshly fed. Where was I? Right. I have a lead, Inez. I've identified 2 viable beasts on this island that you may be compatible with, though it may not be easy to acquire the suitable specimens. The first candidate is the skeleton crabble. It has a rare form of albinism and was last spotted on the western coast by Protectorate scientists, who, unfortunately, went missing. I happened upon an old report of theirs along with a code used to operate their machinery. If their fate is what I suspect, the code may be of use to you.
I heard rumors of the creature myself. Our skeleton sounds a good bit larger than the average crabble. Meaner and smarter, too.
The second candidate is a Raptidon matriarch, the only one of her kind on the island as I understand it. She was last spotted in the crags near the Vox Relay.
Deep in Protectorate territory. This matriarch sure ain't making it easy for us. She'll be more aggressive and more cunning than her smaller kin.
This is hardly worth the effort of a response, dear, but I might remind you that Raptidons are not native to this land. Now listen close. When you breach the matriarch's lair, you must rouse her from hibernation. I found pheromones to be quite effective. Inez, I'm certain you know a formula that may suffice.
That I do.
Excellent. It'll be a rather unpleasant wake-up call for the matriarch, so she'll be upon you in moments. I suggest your armaments be at the ready. Then the grafting part is yours. Yes, though I would recommend a careful surgical removal of the specimens, please. Now, when you acquire one or both of these parts, return here straight away, and we can begin surgery. Law guide you both out there. Back again? I hope the hunting has gone well.
There's a beast out there just waiting to yield up its vitals to a grafting table. I'd like to begin the hunt soon, if it's all the same to you.
Riff's got me awful perturbed. Ain't reality hard enough without some nerve-wracking phenomenon punching?
He's coming on to spot folk right here.
and I'll take care of it, Commander.
Seems you've been scouted by Fairfield's finest to assist our efforts in the war. You know, since the ceasefire will inevitably fail. If you do, it'll be great for the folk here. And great for my resume, if I'm honest. Few bullet points like that, maybe it'll be enough to win me a spot on a higher rung. And you? If you help, what are you getting out of this? Right. You got more important matters on your mind. Val filled me in on what happened. Betrayal, spitting in the face of camaraderie and duty and all that. Were you one of Auntie's? I tell you just to shake the ladder hard while your traitor is climbing up, and enjoy the show when she tumbles down. What recourse do you actually have? So you're out here without a boss, huh? Might not be so bad. Though I'm curious if they'd even see justice done to your traitor. You agents are untouchable, or so the story goes. Ain't had many dealings with the Earth Directorate. You and Ibarra are the first agents I ever met, in fact. But you get things done. I trust you. As for Ibarra, verdict's still out. He insults Auntie's choice a mite too much for my liking. But that's the Earth Directorate's company policy, ain't it? No, Look, I'm sorry. I ain't intending to get into any grievances here. Let's just say I'm a little dubious about the whole keeping corporations and corrupt governments in check thing. Ain't seen evidence of it yet. But maybe you're liable to prove me wrong. Anyhow, reckon we should keep moving. Oh, I see. You're here to gossip. All right, let's hear it. Who do you want to talk about? Seems friendly enough, if a mite guarded and a little thick-headed in his view of Auntie's choice. Regardless, I can assure you I'll treat him with the same respect I show you. Though I reckon he's seen his fair share of struggles over the years, no matter how he tries to hide it. Think he ought to ask for help when he needs it. Fine by me.
Got Inez moved into Helen's old quarters. I figure, if anyone's unlikely to be vexed by finding fossilized purpleberry crunch in their mattress, it's an Auntie's Choice trooper. You think Helen would approve of us taking on a product pusher? Good talk, Commander. Helpful. Always up for a little backfence talk, though I'm guessing you don't mean Val. Can't say I know her well enough to have much in the way of an opinion. She seems capable, and shockingly, she hasn't tried to sell me anything yet. She's still got more loyalty to Auntie's Choice than they have to her, but maybe we can help her see that one day. Sure thing. I trust you've got particulars in mind. Always up for a little backfence talk, though I'm guessing you don't. Sure thing. I trust you've got particulars.
Itchin' to hunt. Got something that needs doing, Commander? Sure. Got someone in mind? Fine by me.
Updating ship roster to reflect the addition of Trooper Silong. Reminder: Earth Directorate agents are not allowed to participate in paid promotions funded by corporations. Furthermore, any opinions expressed in favor of product are the agent's own and do not reflect the opinions of the Earth Directorate. This unit is available to answer any queries. Which member of the incognito would you like assessed? Grafts are known to cause pain and discomfort due to dry, flaky skin and restricted blood flow, among other issues. While Trooper Silong has declined this unit's offer of therapeutic palpation, she has allowed for a humidifier to be installed in her quarters. For now, Trooper Silong's overall health outcome remains uncertain. Continued monitoring is advised. This unit is ready to answer any and all queries.
It was great. This one was for Niles, right? It was great meeting you, Niles. You're right. An agent's life is a busy one, and there's little time for meeting with citizens to say farewell in person. But we are happy to be of service. As for your question, there's absolutely no reason you couldn't become an agent if you put your mind to it. It only requires hard work and a dedication to the greater good. I have no doubt that you have what it takes to be one of the best and the brightest, Niles. Good luck to you. And look me up if, or should I say when, you become an agent.